Hello and welcome to another Project Falcon Punch end of year discussion list. This one again for 2018. I'm your host Dan, and with me I have my friend Andy.
Hello.
Andy, you are a recent addition to Twitch, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if you give a little plug about yourself before we get into your top 5.
Yeah, I've just started Twitch. But yeah, I'm just trying to stream as many games as I can because I basically play everything and enjoy most games.
Yeah, which is evident, I guess, in your list because I think you've probably got a variety of games. I know you play a variety of games.
Yes, well, up until recently when I got the PlayStation 4, it would have been very bog standard Xbox,
yeah.
But now I have got a mixed list, so
it
should be a bit different and varied.
Alright, awesome. Well, did you want to go straight into number 5 then?
Okay, so my number 5, which you might not have been expecting, Firewall, the PSVR game.
I was wondering if this is going to make it because we've been playing this a lot, me and you, recently, haven't we?
Yeah, and even though, I mean, it's got a little bit of issues with connections when getting kicked out of games, but other than that, I think it's quite a well-rounded game.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, at the moment we're playing on the controllers, and I'm hoping to get an aim controller once they're back in stock, which is like gold dust at the moment. I'm hoping it'll kind of enhance the experience, so that is definitely something I'm looking forward to hopefully playing with that. But yeah, I think for a game that each round lasts, 2
minutes?
4 minutes maybe at max.
Yeah,
I mean, it's quick,
max,
you're in and out of games really quick. It's pretty straightforward with one game mode. I don't know if they can ever expand on that with
because
anything else.
If anyone's not aware, you can probably see by the footage, but it's basically Rainbow Six Siege, but in VR.
Yes.
So it's basically. Like, it's 4v4, but it's a lot quicker round. Rainbow Six Siege, I feel like you're waiting around for like up to 10 minutes sometimes, doing nothing.
I got bored with something. I mean, obviously when we used to play that game together with Steve and that, and we'd get one of us to die maybe quite quickly, and it's like, now I'm just sitting here waiting around, and it does get quite boring. But yeah, like this, it's just quick. All you got to do is basically either defend the computer from a virus being uploaded or hacked, and then the attackers obviously just have to upload and hack them.
But the cool thing about it is that when the whole team are out, that doesn't necessarily mean the game's over, because you could maybe lay proximity mines around the computer. So it's really cool where you could get a draw sometimes, even though you're all wiped out, but two people might walk into the room with the proximity mine on the floor, get blown up, and then it's a draw.
Once if the defenders are all killed, the attackers still have to hack the computer before the time runs out. And I mean, we got close the other night. I think we had like 30 seconds left before.
Yeah, we did. When we killed everyone, we're like, oh, we've done it. And we're like, oh, wait, shit, we haven't even got the computer yet. We have to find the computer first.
Yeah, so I think that's another good point, because you can still win even if you're all dead. Yeah, I mean, the upgrading process as well, I mean, that's
slow.
It's slow. Like, I mean, if you don't play online, it's very slow.
Yeah, if you're doing the PvE, it's like you get no experience points.
And then as well, like, guns unlock quite late, all the attachments quite high up. It's not like you get given a lot of stuff right at the beginning. So, like, once you go back to when you can do your custom weapons, you're then at the bare bones, which makes it a lot harder. It's got a decent sized number of maps. I think, is it 10 maps?
Yeah, 10 maps,
So I think that's quite a nice number.
I think some of them have been DLC since the game came out, because I know it came out about, like, I want to say June or something last year. So it's been out for about at least 6 months, and I think they've had new maps since.
Yeah, I suppose it surprised me, to be honest. I was kind of expecting probably a decent game, but it's been better than decent, and it surprised me a lot. Like, I mean, a game that I always go back to is PUBG, and I think with Firewall, it might be one of them games that I kind of always want to keep picking up and going back to. So
yeah, definitely, I'm the same with you. So what have you got for your number 4?
Again, it might surprise you. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
This has surprised me because
I know you don't like the story very much.
Yeah, the story's bad. But having said that, the gameplay is the same gameplay as Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, but if anything, slightly better in some cases, because there's a lot of more stealth, and you can like hide in the mud and stuff like that, which is really cool. I do like that aspect.
They did add some cool night feature where you can kind of hide in like against the walls in like some kind of shrubs, which I quite liked, which is a nice little feature. And yeah, you can put mud on you, so it makes it harder for the enemies to spot you. But yeah, I know what you mean with the story is a bit iffy. It's not as strong as I'd say as probably the first two. Yeah, I do like what they've added with like the challenge tombs, the crypts. It's just there's a lot more I feel like to do in the game than there was previously in some of them. Like obviously the first one there wasn't very much to do.
Yeah, it was very linear in what you had to do. Yeah,
and then the second one they added some tombs to it, and then this one's kind of just gone on top of that even more. And I've enjoyed it. It's one of them games where I've sat down and I've gone through it for a good few hours rather than just pick it up, play it for a while, and then not come back to it. I keep going back to it. Like, put it at number 4 purely because I've managed to stay engaged with the game,
which is the best thing you can hope for with the game. If a game like loses your interest, then yeah, it makes
so
sense.
I think that's why it's going to be number 4. I mean, the story's a bit weak, but I've always found with Tomb Raiders, I don't generally listen to the story too much in them. I kind of just like doing some of the stuff like the tombs and everything in them. So
what's your number 3 then?
See, number 3 will be surprising to you because I know you haven't played it.
Okay.
So Beat Saber.
Oh, people who've played this game, it's a VR game again. It's, from what I've seen, pretty fucking cool.
Because this is on the PlayStation, because I know on the PC version,
yeah,
you can actually put your custom songs into
it.
That's
so cool.
You can do a bit more on it. So I know that what I'm playing is not as good as the PC version, which people get to play.
Yeah.
When I first saw it on YouTube, I like to look at this game because I mean I've played Guitar Hero since Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah.
And I played the Rock Bands. I mean, like stuff like that. I've really always enjoyed because it's kind of like if you have people around, it's one of those kind of games where everyone can get involved.
From what I see, people that when you're in it, it makes you look like a master. But if you watch someone actually play it, they look like a fucking idiot. They're just waving their arms around like a moron.
Yeah, so because I haven't played Guitar Hero for a little while because I got the live one on the Xbox, but I couldn't really get into it. So like when I was coming in, I was like, I better start on kind of easy to see how I do because see, it's a whole different thing playing this. Because obviously playing it like with the guitar, it's kind of it feels more natural because you've got guitar in your hand. Where when you've got the move ones, it's like where you're having to slash either up, down, left, right, and everything else.
Is it accurate enough? Because I sometimes find with other VR games, the ones aren't always 100% accurate.
The one thing I've found, like I've got space from where the VR is at the moment, like the camera, but you do for Beat Saber need a bit more space because there's like kind of blocks that come at you and you have to duck sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you duck sometimes you have to still swipe. So like when you duck, the camera still sees the VR headset, but your move controllers are outside of it. So when you come back up, it kind of for a second or 2 seconds, it completely loses sync with the move controllers and it kind of spazzes out a little bit. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good actually at tracking them because I know with obviously PC versions with the Oculus more accurate. I'll tell you what, when you play on easy, you get into it very quickly. Like medium, there's not too much of a big skill gap. Medium to hard, there can be a skill gap, quite a big jump. And then hard to expert, I mean, I can finish some songs on hard, but expert, no.
Ridiculous.
It's like, because basically like in easy, you basically get the normal up, down, left, right slashes and like the colours stay basically on the same side. So you've got like a red and a blue. Blues will stay on like on the left side, I think it is, and the reds will stay on the right side. It might be the other way around.
Yeah.
When you get to medium now, you can get where like, so you get like double blocks next to each other and sometimes they can switch over. So you have to like crisscross your hands and swipe.
Okay, yeah.
So you kind of, they do that and then you
definitely
get
need the wrist straps on.
Yes. And then you get some diagonal ones. Hard, they will put like the reds and the blues on the other sides quickly. So like you have to kind of, you might get like red, and then a blue one on the same side of the rest. You have to quickly slash over that side and go back. It's very good. And I'll tell you what, it's quite a cardio workout. I mean, some people have actually started using it for fitness.
I've heard this actually. It's one of the best fitness games.
But the music in it is pretty cool. I mean, you don't get too many songs on PlayStation at the moment. I know like PC obviously you can add custom songs. So like there is meant to be some DLC for the PlayStation coming out pretty soon. I think it's meant to come out at the end of the year. So I'm just waiting for them to hopefully say when the next one's be coming out. And I mean, the music on it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's kind of more techno music, which isn't really my kind of music, but I quite enjoy it to be honest. And it's definitely one of them surprises for me.
I'm definitely going to try this after we finish recording this. Cause
I mean, anyone that's come around so far, I've gotten to try Beat Saber because it is great fun.
I've played a lot of VR this year, or last year I guess now, and that's the one game that I've not got because I'm not really into like rhythm-based, music-based games, to be honest. That's not really my jam. I was never into Guitar Hero, for example. But I look at this, I'm like, oh, that's not really cool. So I'm definitely going to try it. But yeah, what's your number 2 then?
So number 2, you might have guessed it because you've played it, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, I know that you really like this game because I've only played the first like hour or two, so I'm really not that deep in it at all.
Like whenever it comes to Assassin's Creed, from all the ones I've played, I always go for the towers, everything to try and reveal the map. That's what I do most of the time. I just explore around, try and do the side stuff before doing the mission stuff.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Origins.
I remember,
To be honest, that was probably one of the first Assassin games that I've actually finished from start to end since...
Like Assassin's Creed 2?
I think it is. I think it actually is Assassin's Creed 2 is the last one that I completed. And the graphics on that game was amazing. And this game looks even better than Origins. I mean, the scenery in this one is absolutely stunning. I mean, obviously, you've probably seen some of it.
Yes. Mental, yeah.
Some of the areas you can find, it's just absolutely amazing. And I think the characters are pretty good. I mean, the accents are a little bit funny. I mean, some people, when they kind of Roman accent, kind of Greek accent, it's a bit like, ooh, that doesn't sound too great. I'll say the acting is very good. I mean, a lot of people I've heard, like, they've been the woman character, whereas I've gone for the male character.
I went for Cassandra, yeah.
And everyone says that she's probably the better of the two characters,
I've heard
which
that,
it's a bit annoying that I went for the male one, but I don't know what I went for. I kind of just thought, class, so that I'll pick him.
Yeah, yeah.
But also the map is huge.
Yeah, from what I've even seen it.
Like I thought Black Flag was a big map, but I think this one's actually bigger than Black Flag.
There's a lot more water and sailing around in this than Origins, right?
Yeah, Origins map was huge.
Yeah.
And then when I first started this map, I kind of thought I'll zoom out to see how big the map is. And at first you can't really get the scale of the map, but as you get through later in the game, you can really see the scale of the map, and it is massive. And like with Black Flag though, you had a lot of ocean and very small islands, whereas Odyssey you've got quite a bit of ocean, but you've got big land masses. It's not just like a small little island that you go to and just do a little bit and it's like, oh, that's done. Yeah. You've got lots of stuff to do. And also I like how you have all these kind of factions now, and you can basically decide which faction dominates the land, and when you kind of dethrone a faction in that kind of area enough, you can then trigger like a conquest battle.
Right, yeah.
You can either take it over or you can defend it, and depending on what you do, you get certain rewards. So I thought that's quite a nice little feature they've added to that. And
I've heard that the majority of people seem to say this game's better to explore. It's like better combat and everything, but the story I think is maybe the one thing that the majority of people say is that it's not as good as Origins. I can't speak for that personally, but
yeah, because as well, the one thing that's a bit weird is because Origins is meant to be the origin story.
Yeah, and then this is
set before Origins. So a lot of people say if it didn't have an Assassin's Creed title in it, then it'd probably be a very good standalone game.
Yeah.
The fact they've put Assassin's Creed in it and kind of making it out to be a part of the lore of Assassin's Creed is a bit weird, considering that Origins was meant to be the origin story, and then this is like, what is this meant to be?
Yeah.
But one thing I did do, which I thought was very cool, because I love the film 300, I went straight to the area where 300 starts, and it does look pretty amazing, that game, if anyone hasn't actually gone there yet.
Sort of, this game's become infamous for the Spartan kick. Like, that's supposed to be really good.
Because obviously in this, you hate the Romans.
Yep.
You kind of work for them. One point where basically you come across a character who, I don't want to obviously spoil it, so you dislike a lot. Basically, there's an opportunity where you can Spartan kick them off a cliff, and I managed to do it, and I wasn't recording at that point in time, and I was trying, and it's a bit buggy because it doesn't always work. It's just on the whim. I tried it on this one guy, and it worked perfectly, and I was like, the one time I'm not recording it. But it is really cool when you actually manage to kick someone off a cliff from a great height.
So, Andy, what is your favourite game of 2018? I think I know what it is, but you tell me anyway.
I think most people are going to know what this is, but Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, well, the first one.
The second one, I predicted that this game was going to outsell GTA 5, which I'm wrong. And I thought GTA 5 was a very good game, but I actually prefer this game a lot more, purely because all the GTAs are very similar and you do the same stuff. You drive cars, shoot people, blow shit up, and be a gangster if you really want. Whereas in this, cowboy, which you don't do very often in games. So obviously, other than Red Dead Redemption 1, another game, a favourite, was Gun.
I think you're going to say Gun, yeah.
And I absolutely loved that game. So it just reminds me of that. And this game, I mean, the detail in this game is ridiculous. I mean, first of all, there's a lot of things going on in the gaming industry at the moment where developers are just basically
cutting corners.
Yeah, giving us shit games that aren't finished, sort of stuff. Just going for the greed and everything. Whereas Rockstar are actually giving us basically everything we need for our money's worth. Even like the fact that horses' testicles shrink in the cold.
Infamously, yeah.
And they just like, basically when they go for a shit, it's just anywhere. And like one thing I find all the time, when I go through a town, especially after it rains, like you just see the tracks going as well, like in all people's feet. It's just, I think the graphics in it are absolutely amazing. Yeah. Considering how the size of the game, bigger the games a lot of the time, obviously they have to tone down the graphics purely because obviously especially consoles can't handle processing power because the graphics card aren't that good compared to PC. Yeah. I don't know how they managed to do it with this game.
Well, they did a similar sort of magic trick with GTA 5 on the PS3 and 360. When that came out, that was like, that looked amazing for a PS3 and 3. Granted, it was a late PS3 360 game. Rockstar know how to push the hardware of each system.
Yeah, I just don't know how they managed to do it. They managed to always barely like any loading screens as well. You can go all the way across the map and you're not going to load up anything. I know obviously because mine's a digital one, but I know if you bought the physical disc, it was 2 discs. One was like an install disc and then you had this one. But still again, I mean, the fact there's barely any loading screens, you can go into buildings, you're not loading up. Rockstar, I mean, obviously there's the controversy with where they apparently were pushing people to work overtime, and if they didn't do the overtime, they weren't in the credits and stuff like that. But I mean, they really do know how to make a great game. They can't make a bad game.
Yeah, fair enough, Andy. I'm yet to play this game, but at time of recording, I'm getting this pretty soon. So footage you'll be watching is me badly playing this game. Because I'm always bad at playing Rockstar games. But yeah, thanks again for joining me on this one.
That's cool.
Do you want to just plug your Twitch channel and your Twitter page?
Basically, my Twitch and my Twitter are basically my gamer tag, which is SlapYouInHD. So basically, if you search them on Twitch or Twitter, you'll find me there. So yeah, you kind of give me a follow and come join me. Yeah,
please do that, because I know that Andy is a good friend of mine and he deserves more followers on both Twitch and Twitter.
Thank you.
It's all right. Until next time, Andy, thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
And we'll leave that there.